From the bus stop, you will see the half-top of Eiffel Tower looks near, but it takes 24 minutes by walk, so you really have to take a bus. You can see in our face, especially me, trying to get a glimpse of the Eiffel Tower. By the way, this is the dream of mommy that she never thought she can see it in person.
Remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks.
By the way, it is okay to be amazed by the Eiffel Tower, but please be careful on the scams around. 1. Gold ring scam. Usually, it will happen when you're walking along the Seine or near the Eiffel Tower. Someone will approach you with a gold ring that they found and ask you if you dropped it. They will expect you to say no, and then they will pretend to examine the ring and exclaim how valuable it is. They'll then attempt to sell you the ring for a good price. Of course, the ring is total junk. Before I will continue, we purchased hop on, hop off bus and Seine river tour, and we paid for 120 euros. Now let's continue the scams here at Paris. While we are riding here on the top of the bus and enjoying the view of the city of Paris. Number 2. Bracelet string scam. The friendship bracelet scam is one of the most annoying. Basically, there are a lot of guys hanging out around Sacré-Cœur in Montmartre. It's almost impossible to avoid them as you're walking up the hill to the church. What they will do is come up to you, act really friendly, and start tying some strings around your wrist. They'll quickly braid a friendship bracelet onto your wrist and then demand that you pay for it. So much for being friendly. Number 3. Signing a petition scam. This is another really annoying scam that I've encountered a lot in Paris, mainly around Notre Dame and the Louvre or Tuileries Gardens area and Eiffel Tower. What will happen is a few women will come up to you asking you to sign a petition. It's always for some noble cause like women's education or support for the deaf. But of course, it's all fake. They'll ask for your signature and then aggressively demand a donation for their cause after you sign. Number 4. Shell game or cup game. How it works is someone on the street will be demonstrating a little game. They will have 3 shells or cups on a table with a ball hidden under one of them. The scammer will quickly shuffle the shells or cups around and ask you to guess which one is hiding the ball. You make a bet, and if you guess correctly, you'll get double your money back. The game looks deceptively easy, but of course it's all rigged. The scammer uses sleight of hand to remove the ball, so you have a 0 chance of winning. They will also have people working with them in the crowd who pretend to play and make the game look extremely easy. Number 5. Pickpockets on the metro. While pickpockets can be anywhere, one common place for them to operate is on the metro, especially on crowded trains. Usually, they will work in pairs and strike when the train stops and people are getting on and off. One person will distract you by bumping into you, grabbing you, or getting in your personal space, while the other person will then quickly snatch your wallet, cell phone, jewelry, and hop off the train. This happened to my daddy, and thank God that they didn't get anything inside. My mom shouted and said pickpocket. Also, there are a lot of French people who were concerned and saying that we have to be very, very careful. So these are the most common scams in Paris. I would not worry too much about scammers on your trip to Paris because now that you know how to protect yourself from these scams, you can easily avoid them. This is the busy street in Paris because of the high-end brands where you can shop and also to get a good photo on the Arc de Triomphe. It's in the middle of the street.
After an hour of bus tour, we are ready for our Seine River tour.
Oh, you are crazy.
Going on board.
Now let me add some other scams that you might encounter, at least you may avoid them.
Hello, welcome on board. My name is Sophie. I'm a professional tour guide and we'll be with you for the whole cruise, which will last about 1 hour. On board the boat, you can find a bar at the back. It's open for the whole duration of the cruise, so don't hesitate to go at any time for a drink or a snack. Should you need it, you can also find a restroom on board. It's towards the back too, next to the few steps there. For your information, this boat will be marking a short stop at Pont-Marie Notre-Dame. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes aussi accompagnés par
Here are the additional scam. The rose scam. These scammers strike when you're enjoying a nice stroll along the Seine or wandering around at the Eiffel Tower. A guy will come up to you and try to give you a rose as a gift. When you accept the gift, he will then aggressively ask for payment. Alternatively, the scammer will come up to a couple, give the girl a rose, and then demand that the boyfriend or husband pay for it. Cafe pickpocket. If you're sensing a theme here, pickpockets will typically try to cause a commotion and then steal your valuables while you're distracted. At outdoor cafes and restaurants, here's how it works. Someone will come up to you and start talking while shoving something in your face, maybe a flyer or a petition of some sort. They will hold it over your cell phone and if it's laying on the table and then stealthily grab your phone while they keep talking to distract you. Overcharging at restaurants. There are a lot of scams and ways you can get ripped off at restaurants and cafes in Paris. Mainly, these scams occur in really touristy areas such as around the Eiffel Tower and the Champs-Élysées. Some variations of this scam can be giving you a menu with no prices, and then presenting you with an exorbitant bill, giving you a special tourist menu with extremely inflated prices, or sneakily adding items you didn't order to your bill. ATM scams. There are a lot of variations on this scam, with the end goal being to steal your money. Usually, someone will approach you while you're at an ATM and offer to help you, or tell you that the ATM is broken and suggest that you enter your PIN. They will watch you enter your PIN and then snatch your ATM card and run off with it to withdraw money somewhere else. General tips to avoid being targeted for scams. Don't dress like a tourist. The more you blend in, the less you will be hassled by scammers. Don't wear the typical tourist. Don't wear a fanny pack, and definitely don't walk around carrying a selfie stick. Don't speak English really loudly. The fastest way to make yourself a target for scammers or pickpockets is by walking around in a group loudly speaking English. Mommy always reminds us to keep quiet, so we were extremely aware of how loud we were being and how much attention we were drawing to ourselves by speaking English. Be aware of your surroundings. Another way to make yourself a target is by wandering around cluelessly. This makes it extremely obvious that you're a tourist. Don't walk around with your face glued to your cell phone or a map. Try to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Don't be afraid to be rude. This is one of the easiest ways to avoid becoming the victim of a scam in Paris. Most scammers prey on people's politeness and sympathies. You can avoid 99% of all scams if you just totally ignore any stranger that tries to engage you. Stare straight ahead, act like they don't exist, pretend you can't hear them, etc. Stay away from extreme crowds. The most common place for a scam or theft to occur is in a crowded area. Whether it's the swarm of people fighting to see the Mona Lisa at the Louvre, a crowded metro platform, or a packed sidewalk on the Champs-Élysées, try to disengage yourself from huge crowds until they disperse or take an alternate route. Actually, as they said, Paris is generally a very safe city. Unfortunately, it's also home to a lot of scammers preying on tourists. We hope this will help you and will not stop you from not visiting Paris. Nice!
Now we are on our way back home. This is the subway metro station.